So, before I begin this, just know that if you're seeing this was meant to happen at this point in your life. It's really, really important that you listen to what I got to say now. And I mean this sincerely and wholeheartedly. We lost touch with our humanity. I want you to do me a favor and look at your hands right now. Not your phone, your actual hands. When was the last time it wasn't holding your phone? Do you even remember that? Ah, so we live in a time where we talk about connecting more than any generation in human history. Yet we've never been more alone. So today I want to explore the one thing that we have all agreed to sacrifice, which is our humanity. Where did it all go wrong, really? Sometimes I wonder. Because for people of my generation, it's so much, you feel this so much deeper. So you are privileged that you don't get to feel what some of us that were born, people that were born in the 60s and 70s, for instance, because we we see life so different sometimes because of the things that we got to experience as humans and as we were growing up, developing our personalities and all that stuff, right? That nobody experiences it today. That doesn't exist anymore because of the advent of technology and the impact that these things have done to people. So now that I delivered the punchline, let me do a little bit of reading here because I've prepared for this. I've been thinking about this for a while, and I felt like now was a good time after all the videos that I've made to make this one and talk about this because I don't know. I don't see a lot of videos, if any. I don't think I've seen any since I've been doing YouTube of anybody talking about this the way I'm talking about, the way I'm going to be talking about, because we are living in this age on this platform where there are these people, and there are many of them, more than I can count. The reason why I know that is because that kind of stuff comes up on my feed, and I wish there was a way I could just block it or make it go away, but it's just because of some of the things that I watch, I guess. It's just the way the algorithm works, right? But there are so many people here on this platform that are just, exploiting this lack of human connection that everybody has today, that everybody is starving for, especially the younger generations, because they don't really know what that's like outside of closest family and relatives and maybe a small group of friends, perhaps. We have replaced what makes us more human than anything. And it has always been that way. We have replaced that, which is the ability to interact with other human beings with these devices and these screens. And that is not healthful. That is not, that is, I should have said, that is not healthy at all. It's not healthy, my friends. It's just not. It's sad to see this sometimes, because one of the most wonderful and beautiful things about being alive and living is the experience that we get from having these wonderful interactions with one another, getting to know people. Sometimes it's the most beautiful, wonderful thing. I don't even have a way to express how that feels, because you have to actually experience to know what I'm talking about. Because it happens when we allow it to happen, when we live our lives that way. And what I'm talking about is, sometimes you meet strangers in a weird, beautiful type of way, and you have these extremely deep, wonderful, transformational experiences in your life because of these random encounters with strangers sometimes. And this is something that used to be quite normal when I was still in my younger years. But today, it's almost non-existent anymore. It's like it's going extinct. But let me do a little bit of reading and then I'll talk some more. We are living in this world, this weird age of, it's what I call it, the extinction of the experience. Due to the fact that as our world evolves and gets more digital, our human nature is slowly decaying and fossilizing. What makes us human is what makes us special. There is nothing else special about us than the things that makes us human. Let that sink in. And like I said, there are people on this platform capitalizing on that because they make these videos with these extremely clickbaity topics, telling people all these things. You're so special. You're better. You're stronger than 99.9% of people. You're gonna meet the love of your life soon. I know it. I feel it. And all these things, right? And these people, they lack the. I hate having to criticize others in this manner, really, because it's not my nature. And I know I've done it quite a bit recently, but you have to understand that these people are farming your energy for your attention. That is all that they're doing. The reason why they're making these videos, talking about these things, telling you these things, is because they know that that's guaranteed engagement. And that is something that I refuse to do. I'm not here to make you feel good about yourself, because the only person that can do that for yourself is yourself. Nobody else can do that for you. No matter how well phrased, articulated, and well spoken they are, they cannot do that for you. It's the same thing as when it comes down to you healing your own wounds and your own trauma and your own issues that you have, that you carry with you. Nobody can do that for you. That has to be done by you and nobody else. Do you understand what I'm saying? I hope you do. People need to hear this, because it's easy to manipulate people in this way and come here and do these types of videos and talk about these things, because like I said, it's guaranteed engagement. You're gonna get all the views in the world. You're gonna make money off of it. But these people, like I said, I don't like to talk about this, but they need to stop doing this. This is not good. This is not good for other people. This is only adding fuel to the fire and making things worse. And the only way that you can begin to bridge the gap that exists between this need that everybody feels, that everybody has these days, this what I call starvation for emotional connection, real, meaningful, deep connections with other people, other human beings. Because that is something that no video on YouTube can do, of nobody. No recorded message. No, that doesn't work like that. You have to actually experience that in the flesh with other people, because that's what life is all about. That's what makes life worth living for. It's not the fantasies. It's not the delusions. It's not the few goody-do-goody, new agey romance talk that a lot of people like to do. And technology has done a deep impact on people when it comes down to that, because now, especially the younger generations, they're growing up without knowing what these things are like in their lives. So what do? They turn into these devices, the social media, the likes, the numbers of followers, and all these things, because they think that if they get that, they get the validation that they feel much needed within themselves. But that doesn't work. That's a fake thing. That's an illusion. Because all these people that are following you and are clicking your like buttons and this and that, and in these platforms that people use, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you name it, I don't even know how many. The only platform that I have that I use is this one. And even when it comes down to this one, I have many reservations about it, because I know that there's a lot of bad things about it too. And I know how YouTube works and how YouTube does not like the level of realness that I deliver. YouTube doesn't like this. When you begin to be real about things and talk about these things that matter and that are important and that are extremely powerful and valuable for your life in ways that you don't even dream of, YouTube will not promote that. I can tell you that much. So we're living on this age now of fossilizing, decaying our own human nature, which is what makes us what we are in the first place. Why do you think so many things are happening lately? And I hate talking about these things too, because these are negative examples to use, but it has happened so many times recently that it mentions being worthwhile and worth talking about, which is these people that got, basically their lives were finished on public transportation, subways and things like that, while there were plenty of people present on the same place, and not a single soul did anything to help those people. People have been stabbed to death, people have been set on fire, all kinds of atrocities. How is it that happened and not a single soul does anything about it? That's why. Because we have become dehumanized. And when you become dehumanized, you are desensitized. That type of stuff does not affect you anymore. You lost what it makes you human. What is our nature? To be kind, compassionate to one another, to care about each other, to love each other, to take care of each other as humans on this earth, because we all need each other to exist here, to live, to do things, to feel things, to experience things. And this is what this technology and these things have done to us. They have dehumanized us, desensitized us. And now these things are happening. And it's a common thing. It's normal now. And I guess it's accepted, right? Nobody cares. I don't know that person. Let them get stabbed. It's not my problem. I'm not going to get involved. I may get hurt in the process. I don't know. It feels like absolute bizarro world sometimes these days. Now more than ever. So we haven't just changed our habits. We literally rewired what it means to be a person. And the scary part is most of us don't even notice. Most of us didn't even notice it as it was happening, as it is still happening. We need to wake up, my friends. It's time to wake up. It's time to return to our own roots of what makes us what we truly are. What makes life beautiful and worth living for, which is to connect with one another. Right here, right now, in the real world, in the real flesh, not like this. And I know it's ironic that I'm having to do this video this way to maybe try and reach some people in this manner. But that's because I got to live my life the way that I've been talking about. And I know how amazing and wonderful that is, and how much joy and happiness and unforgettable moments that can bring to us. But this stuff here, the stuff that I'm doing right now, most of the time won't give you any unforgettable moments. This is all fleeting. This is all, spur of the moment type of thing. But like I said, people are craving connection, attention, validation. and all these things, that they resort to this because they don't know how else to do it. They haven't learned to equip themselves to be able to operate in that manner on this realm right now. And as generations go by from this point forward, this devolution, this dehumanizing of us as a race is only going to continue if we don't act, if we don't restrain ourselves from certain things. I don't know how else to explain this to you guys. And I hope it's self-explanatory, because I'm not using any, special wording here to convey what I'm trying to convey. What I'm saying is, going back again, okay? We lost touch with our humanity. Before these devices existed, people spent so much time doing other things, and things that were actually fun, fulfilling, exciting, exhilarating. They were things that made you feel alive. You know what I'm talking about? I hope you do. Because I know what I'm talking about, but I don't know if you do, especially if you're part of the younger generation. Do you get what I'm saying? Do you ever go out into nature? Do you ever take weekends off here and then sometimes maybe grab some camping gear and go camp and go spend some time out with yourself or with family and friends in an environment like that to just enjoy and appreciate life for a change? Have you ever done that in your life? Because I can assure you there are many people that don't even know what that is and never experienced that today. And I know that sounds like crazy talk to some, perhaps, but I'm telling you, there are people out there that don't do these things anymore. And this is basic stuff in life. Sometimes you just gotta go do something that you don't normally do on your day-to-day life to unwind and rewire yourself to your nature, to what makes you a human. And when people stop doing these things and certain types of things, that's what happens. We slowly but surely begin to lose our humanity. And people are just not going in a good direction right now when it comes down to this stuff. And obviously, I'm talking generically here, okay? That may not be the case with you. What I'm saying here may not apply to you directly. But I'm sure that some of it will. And I'm sure you will be able to relate with the things that I'm talking about. If you're still human, that is. If there's any humanity left in you, then yeah, you can relate to what I'm talking about. This is not rocket science. And like I said, I'm not here to tell you how special you are and that there's a powerful person watching you. And it's only a matter of time until they come into your life. And you're going to meet your soulmate tomorrow and all these things, right? Because I'm telling you, there are so many people out here talking about these things, siphoning your attention and your energy, distracting you from yourself and what it really means to be you, which is look within yourself. Because all of these things that make you human, they still lie within you, inside of you. They may be inactive right now, they may be dormant, they may be in hibernation mode. That's probably the best way to say it. We put our nature, our human nature, into hibernation mode, and it's just in the back burner, taking a deep, long, very lengthy sleep until we decide to wake up again from this nightmare that we put ourselves in. Because there's this double-sided, edge thing to the whole social media and things. And that's why we are where we are. And I'm going to leave this at that, my friends. I've said enough. So if you like the video, don't forget to click the like button, share, subscribe.